Good evening, students. Hope all of you are very good. Today we will discuss about a new system, that is cardiovascular system. Okay, all of us know that in our body total 11 organ system is present. Out of this, cardiovascular system is a very important system in our body. If we split them, cardio is a term, vascular is a term. Cardio means, all of us know that cardio means heart. Cardio related to heart. And vascular means blood vessels. Blood vessels. And inside the heart and blood vessels, blood is present. Okay. So, what is cardiovascular system? Cardiovascular system comprises heart, blood vessels and blood. The organ system which comprises heart, blood vessels and blood is called cardiovascular system. What is the function of this system? The function of the cardiovascular system is that circulation of blood throughout the body. Okay. So basically blood circulation in our body is done due to this cardiovascular system, and it is comprises heart, blood vessels and blood. Now we will discuss about heart, that is the main component of the cardiovascular system. Okay, let's see. So heart, all of us know that heart. What is heart? Heart is a muscular pumping organ. It's a muscular pumping organ, and this organ is responsible for the blood circulation throughout the body. Okay, so heart is a muscular pumping organ. Where it is located? The location of the heart is that the location of our heart is located. Heart is located in our thoracic cavity. This is our thoracic cavity. This is the abdominal cavity, and this thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity is separated by a dome-shaped muscle. This dome-shaped muscle is called diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. This diaphragm separate our upper part, that is called thoracic cavity, and this is the lower part, abdominal cavity. And heart is present inside the thoracic cavity between two lungs and slightly in left side. Okay. So what is the location of the heart? Heart is present inside the thoracic cavity between two lungs, slightly left side, and this position is called mediastinum space. Mediastinum space. So heart is present in the mediastinum space. Okay. If we compare these two lungs, this is the right lung and this is the left lung. Left lung is slightly smaller than the right lung because to accommodate the heart. Okay. So this is the position of our heart. Now, what is the weight of our heart? If we see, in case of male, it is about 280 to 340 gram, and in case of female, it is about 250 to 280 gram. Okay. Now we will discuss about the structure of our heart. Okay. Let's see. Now we will discuss about the structure of heart. All of us know that our heart has 4 chambers. All of us know that. This is the heart. This is the heart. Here is 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Our heart contains 4 chambers. Upper 2 chamber is called atria. It is plural form, and singular form is called atrium. This is the right side of the heart and this is the left side of the heart. So this is the right side of the heart. It is known as right atrium, and this is the left side. It is called left atrium, and lower two chamber is called ventricles. This is called right ventricles, and this is left ventricle. Okay, so we can see that our heart contains four chamber. Upper two chamber is called right atrium, left atrium, and lower two chamber is called right ventricle and left ventricle. Now, if we draw the structure of heart in different way, suppose this is the structure of heart. This is the not actual structure of heart. Suppose this is the structure of heart. Here we can see that four chamber. Upper two chamber, this is the right atrium and this is left atrium. This is right ventricle and this is left ventricle. Okay. Right side of the heart contain deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated means CO2 containing blood. And the left side of the heart contains oxygenated blood, that is O2 containing blood. Okay. And this oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood is separated from each other by a septum. Septum means a wall. This is the septum. Septum means walls. This wall separate this deoxygenated blood from oxygenated blood. And this septum is called interatrial septum. Due to the presence of this interatrial septum, this deoxygenated blood cannot mix with oxygenated blood. And in the ventricle, there is also a septum present. This is called interventricular septum. This is called interventricular septum. Okay. We can see that their interatrial septum is thin than interventricular septum. Now, in the right atrium, there are two vena cava is present. Vena cava means greater vein. Okay. Upper vena cava is called superior vena cava and the lower is called inferior vena cava. Superior means that present upper side, inferior means that present lower side. Okay. Deoxygenated blood from the upper portion of our body is entered to the right atrium through the superior vena cava, and deoxygenated blood from our lower portion of our body enter to the right atrium through this inferior vena cava. And from this right atrium, deoxygenated blood enter to the right ventricle by passing through a valve. Here a valve is present. This valve is called tricuspid valve. This is the tricuspid valve. Due to opening this tricuspid valve, this deoxygenated blood enter to the right ventricle. Okay. And from this right ventricle, blood enter to the pulmonary artery. This is the pulmonary artery. And from this pulmonary artery, blood goes to the lungs. This is the lungs. This is the right lungs and this is the left lungs. So deoxygenated blood goes to the lungs by pulmonary artery. And this deoxygenated blood, when enter to the lungs, here gaseous exchange take place. That means O2 and CO2 exchange take place, and this deoxygenated blood gets converted to oxygenated blood in the lungs, and this oxygenated blood this oxygenated blood this oxygenated blood this oxygenated blood enters to the left atrium by pulmonary vein. Here also, this is the pulmonary vein. 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 Pulmonary vein. So we can say that from right ventricle, deoxygenated blood enters to the pulmonary artery. From pulmonary artery goes to the lungs. Here gaseous exchange takes place. Deoxygenated blood gets converted to oxygenated blood, and this oxygenated blood enters to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. And from this left atrium, blood enters to the left ventricle by passing through the bicuspid valve. This is the bicuspid valve. It is also known as mitral valve. And from left ventricle, blood enters to the aorta. This is the aorta, largest artery of our body, aorta. From this left ventricle, blood enters to the aorta and circulates throughout the body. Oxygenated blood circulates throughout the body. So this is the blood circulation pathway in our body. If we summarize it, that is, from our upper portion of our body and lower portion of our body, deoxygenated blood enters to the right atrium through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. From the right atrium, blood enters to the right ventricle by passing through tricuspid valve. And from right ventricle, blood enters to the pulmonary artery and goes to the lungs. And here, gaseous exchange takes place. And this deoxygenated blood gets converted to oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood enters to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. And from this left atrium, blood enters to the left ventricle by passing through the bicuspid valve or semilunar valve. Mitral valve. And this left ventricle, blood enters to the aorta due to contraction of this left ventricle and circulate throughout the body. Okay. Here also two valve is present. This is the semilunar valve. If we look at them, that here two types of circulation is present in our heart. One is pulmonary circulation, that is between heart and lungs, and another one is systemic circulation, that is the heart and body cells. Okay, so due to these two types of circulation present in our heart, it is called double circulation. And another very important character is that our circulation is closed system or closed circulation. Why it is called closed? Because blood always present inside the blood vessels and heart. So it is called closed system. Now, so this is the circulation pathway in our body by heart. Now, if we see, the wall structure of heart wall consists three layers. Our heart wall consists three layers. That is, suppose this is the ventricles of heart. Okay, ventricles of heart. And here three layers is present. Three separate layers. This is the inner layer. This is the middle layer. And this is the outer layer. Inner layer is called endocardium. Endo means inner. This is the endocardium, inner wall of the heart. and the middle layer is called myocardium. This is a thick layer. Myocardium consists heart muscle, and this is the outer layer called epicardium. Okay, so heart wall consists three different layers. Inner layer is called endocardium, middle muscular layer is called myocardium, and outer layer is called epicardium. And our heart is surrounded by a double layer membrane. This is called pericardium. Suppose this is the heart, and this heart is surrounded by a double layer membrane. This is one membrane, and this is another one membrane. So this double layer membrane, this is the one membrane and this is another one membrane. So this double layer membrane that surrounded the heart is called pericardium. It is called pericardium. Okay, so what is pericardium? Pericardium is a double layer membrane that surrounded the heart. What is the function of this pericardium? Pericardium protects the heart, and also pericardium contains a fluid, that is the pericardial fluid that present in the pericardial cavity, and this fluid helps in the lubricant of the heart. That means when heart sometimes contract and relax, due to this contraction and relaxation, the friction is generated, and this friction is increased by this pericardial fluid. Okay, now so this is about our heart. Okay, now if we see blood vessels, if we see blood vessels in our body, three types of blood vessels is present. One is artery, another one is vein, and another one is blood capillary. If we draw the figure, this is the figure of, this is the vein and this is the artery. Artery and vein both contain three layers. This is the outer layer, this is the middle layer, and this is the inner layer. Outer layer is called tunica externa, middle layer is called tunica media, and internal layer is called tunica intima. Here we see that in case of artery, middle layer is more thick than vein. This is the one difference. And another difference is that in case of artery, there the internal lumen diameter is short than vein. And another difference is that in case of artery we can see valves. In case of vein we can see valves. That is not present in case of artery. And what is the function of artery? Artery basically circulate oxygenated blood from heart to the different tissue of our body. But there is one exception of that is pulmonary artery. And vein basically drain blood from different organs of our body to the heart. Basically deoxygenated blood, but there is also difference, that is pulmonary vein. So this is the basic difference between artery and veins. Both contain three layers, but in case of artery, middle layer is thick and internal lumen diameter is small compared to vein, and vein contain valves. Okay, and another one is that blood vessels is that blood capillaries. Blood capillary is very small, contains single layer. This is the blood capillary, only single layer is present, and this single layer is called tunica intima or endothelium. And blood capillaries basically helps in the gaseous exchange. Okay, so this is the basic idea about cardiovascular system. Okay, now if we summarize about cardiovascular system, is that cardiovascular system comprises heart, blood vessels and blood. Heart has four chambers. Upper two chamber is called right atrium, left atrium, and lower two chamber is called right ventricle and left ventricle. From the upper portion of our body, deoxygenated blood enters to the right atrium through superior vena cava, and from the lower portion of our body, deoxygenated blood enters to the right atrium through inferior vena cava. From right atrium, this deoxygenated blood enters to the right ventricle through passing through a tricuspid valve, and from right ventricle, blood enters to the pulmonary artery and goes to the lungs, where gaseous exchange takes place. And this deoxygenated blood gets converted to oxygenated blood, and this oxygenated blood enters to the left atrium through pulmonary vein, and from this pulmonary vein, left atrium through pulmonary vein, and from this left atrium, blood enters to the left ventricle by passing through the mitral valve, which is also known as bicuspid valve. And from left ventricle, blood enters to the aorta and circulates throughout the body. Here we can see two types of circulation. One is pulmonary circulation and another one is systemic circulation. Our circulation is closed system or closed like that means blood never leaves the network of blood vessels. Heart wall consists of three layers. Inner layer is called endocardium, middle is called myocardium, and outer layer is called epicardium. Heart surrounded by a double layer membrane, this is called pericardium, which contains a cavity, contains pericardial fluid, which acts as a lubricant and reduces friction of the heart. So this is the brief description about cardiovascular system. Hope all of you understand very well. Thank you.